Alrighty, let's do a little part 2 on this. I don't know how much I will be able to show you at this moment, but we'll get started and try. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, let me explain what I did. If you didn't watch part 1, you want to go back and watch part 1. But this is the spine for the spine insert for the journal that I'm working on. And what I did was I grabbed a piece of scrap cotton fabric, fairly thin, and it was white, and I went like this, and I went over to my coffee pot and poured coffee on it and dyed it a little bit so that if whatever shows will be a little bit aged, because I like to use a lot of naturally aged papers, and I didn't want it to be stark white against those papers. So I did that, and that's dry now. Okay, I'm gonna use this PVA glue. I use this always for my bookbinding. I put a affiliate link in my description if you're interested in it. Yeah, it dries clear, it dries flexible, it's really strong, so I use it for bookbinding. So I'm just gonna put some on here, like so. And I'm going to use a paintbrush that I just have sitting over here in the water. Get the excess water out of it. And make sure it goes all the way to the edges. And I'm just doing this on top of my... I intended to call it my holy book, but that sounds wrong. But you know, my book that I punch holes in. Because then I can just throw that page away after it's been used. Put that in water right away so it doesn't dry on the brush and ruin it. So then I'm just going to take this in approximately the center and lay it down. Make sure it's good and connected and adhered. Work out any wrinkles if I need to. Yeah, looking good. It's the other side. So there we go. The other nice thing about this glue is that it dries pretty fast. So, and if you're wondering how I decided on how big this fabric is, I just make sure it goes a little bit past the gaffer's tape because I want it to actually adhere to the book itself. So that's how I decided that, and that's gonna fit in there like that. And then after we get the pages attached, we'll be gluing this in. So that was that step. Now once this dries, I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to go back through these holes and widen them. So just poking through the fabric and the cardboard on the other side. So I'm not going to do that until it dries because it's just a lot easier when it dries, but I figured I'd tell you that step now, so I'm not going to come back on camera and show it because, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. So now I'm waiting for this to dry, and while I do that, I would work on pages for the journal, which takes me a long time, and I'm not going to do on camera all of that because it's a lot of me walking around my art room and pulling pages and cutting pages, trimming, and deciding what's what. I kind of put together a little idea of a signature here. This is all cut to size, and so you know, this was just various papers that I had around the art room, mostly vintage. So I'm gonna sew this up, and I will go around, I will sew trims and whatnot, what I want sewn. I will do that before I connect it to the book because it's just easier. So I don't know that this is how this signature is going to end up, but I figured I would like to have something to show you, and so I just put it together real quick. I try to put one of these in each signature now because I really love this paper. Wendy Solganic told me about this paper. Well, not just me, she told everybody. But I will add this in the affiliate links in the description as well. It's just a really beautiful handmade paper, and it just feels nice. It's just lovely. So I try to put a page of that in each signature, along with other miscellaneous papers. And then this is, of course, Tim Holtz paper, which I just love his style. And then I was working on another page, and I thought, well, since I have some time on this video, because I knew this wouldn't take very long. Also, I was gonna say, I cut 2 pieces of vintage ledger that are the size of the, okay, I don't know the terms, I don't know the correct terms, but they're gonna be glued on here like this. Okay, so after this is in place, these will get glued on and these will become the inside covers. So I did that. Yep. Did I mention I was not a professional teacher person on YouTube? I'm not. Okay, so this is a vintage children's book that I want to use, and it's not long enough, and that could be fine to just have a smaller page. I do that sometimes, but in this case I have this nice edge, and I thought, let me attach a little bit of an extra page on here, and this is just some double stick tape. I don't remember the brand, so I can't tell you. It's not really important, I don't think. I mean, I think anything would work, any brand would work. So I'll just put that on there. And make sure it's good and adhered. And peel it off. Peel the non-sticky stuff off. And line this up just about so, like that. And I might put something here, like washi tape or something, but I don't know for sure. I'm gonna trim this real quick and show you what it looks like. So we said 7 1/4 tall by 9 1/2 wide, and it's gonna look like this. So I did that. So now when I fold it, and I'm gonna also reinforce this page because see how it kind of cracks? Vintage paper often does that, and I like to go in and reinforce it. And I can show you how I do that real quick if you're interested. So this would be in, just give you an example. This would go in your journal like this. So then that's a page, that's a page, that's a page, and that's a page. So I just like it, like how that extends it, and it's super quick and easy. Okay, so real quickly, how am I going to reinforce this page? My favorite way to reinforce a page is to take some sewing pattern material. If you order from me on Etsy, I usually wrap your package in sewing pattern material. And now that I'm looking for it while I'm on camera, I can't find my sewing material. Here we go. I tell ya. Okay, here's a piece. So what I like about it is that it's already kind of vintagey color and transparent-ish. So I'm just gonna cut a strip of it. I'm gonna take that uneven edge off. I'm just gonna cut a strip about this big. And I'm going to take some matte medium and a paintbrush. I'll just use the same paintbrush that I used for the glue after I'm rinsing it out here in my jar of water. I'll grab a napkin so that I don't get excess water going on here. Yep, Mod Pizza napkin. Do you guys ever go to Mod Pizza? Oh my gosh, I love Mod Pizza. It's so good. It's like $10 for a pizza that is way bigger than I can eat. Usually my husband and I split one, or we each get one and then we have the leftovers for dinner. Good stuff. All right. So just to take my matte medium on my brush, put it right along that line. That's plenty, Ricky. Put it right along that line. And this will dry clear and matte, so it's not going to be shiny or anything. And I'm going to put this down. Let's see my line now. And then a coat on top. Even it all out. And let that dry. When that dries, it'll be nicely reinforced. And this part will be inside the spine, so, I mean, a little bit you'll see, but you know, as junk journalers, we don't mind about that. Don't mind a little texture, a little variety. So, okay, and it does get very brittle, so not brittle, it's not the right word, fragile. So just don't overwork it. Leave it alone, Ricky. Okay. All right, brush going back in the water, lid going back on the matte medium because don't want that to dry out. So there you go. That's how to quickly reinforce a page and extend a page. So I will go do some more gathering of pages. I will get this. It's not quite dry, but it is almost dry already. And it's strong. I mean, it is strong, which is cool. So I'll get the holes punched in this. I will get the rest of my pages put together. And I'm actually going to go ahead and add some trims and whatnot to my pages as well, which actually takes the bulk of time for making a journal. That is what takes me the longest. But when I get those done, I will come back and show you how I sew the pages into that and attach it to the book. So thanks for watching yet again. You guys are awesome. If you want to see more, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, whatever. Let me know you're here. I love hearing from you guys, and I'll always do my best to respond. So if I don't see a comment, I am so sorry. It's not intentional. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.